She has to work at a strip club tonight, and she needs like really sexy outfits.
Okay.
Can I have your Instagram?
This is a second night.
We had a poetry contest. Gibson was the winner of that.
Why do you think I need to go through something really difficult?
To exert, to grow. That's the money you make on the first night.
This was thrown on me when I was dancing.
It's so inspiring.
You want to know what realization is? Anatta is the full range of human experience and human emotion. It's full acceptance of the ugly and the beautiful. All aspects of reality.
Will vanish.
She's here to say hi to us and maybe read some poetry.
You want to guess what job she got yesterday?
Abercrombie, dancer.
Yeah, stripper. My official job title is I'm an exotic dancer.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, she just decided, I'm just going to be a stripper, and she just went in and she got hired.
Other people would say I'm a stripper. The first night, like when I was dancing on stage, I'm like, wow, I love this. This is really fun. I feel like I was giving transmissions last night. It was so tiring.
It's okay, we can talk about it. It's so crazy because I used to have a thing about like I want to date a stripper who is into philosophy and like spirituality. And she majored in philosophy and she's into like non-duality.
Hi, Gibson.
Hi.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
This poem is called In My Room. I carved out a room of my own in the center of vast space. Holds me while I bleed of a cycle larger than me. God summons me through intimate color shows, and when I close my eyes, I feel him touching all the ways I ache in the ecstasy of my impermanence.
And you're flying down, giving you a sharp sword that won't hurt.
Living the question and accepting the challenge of the morning and the afternoon and the evening. Living the sentience behind the softest of voices and the softening of my life. Congealed into a room to call my own, whose walls appear at the goddess's whim. To think of all those days, moving fast and resentful of a world so far from God, but God, I see, lives. I write to suspend myself here with you, silent one, as words in ink are often more silent than mere lack of sound. Living the unfinished business of perfecting patience is to perfect patience. Living the yellow bird flying towards me, living the wish, the longing to merge and to feel you and make love and be beautifully tattooed to the mandala of fleeting eternities. I'm trapped in the third dimension. All I want is to penetrate the fabric that displays the scenes of this love story. And all I need to do that is enough time in my room, in the center of vast space, you and me and the flame and the blood of humility. If this poem can be a prayer, I pray it catches like a wildfire, and I pray that you burn with it, along with the walls of the room in the intimate center of everywhere and nowhere. And I pray that this intimacy takes every last bit of me. I don't need to know why, just eyes closed, falling backwards.
Like that shirt you got.
Where is he coming? Into the void.
She's super pure.
Really nice.
Yeah, she's super pure.
Scary, man.
Yeah.
But it's something you gotta be careful.
Yeah, so yesterday was the first night
Yeah.
of work. So it's like, okay, let's debrief.
This poem is called In My Room. I carved out a room of my own in the center of vast space.
What if you get corrupted? But then I remember what Mei Chen said. What's harmless cannot be harmed.
You think I'll get corrupted?
If you try to be nice all the time, samsara will eat you up. I'm kind of glad you're not in this bootcamp.
Me too.
If you're in it too and they were doing this, that's way too much. That's like a distance. Like now I can like have two worlds kind of overlap.
Yeah, if I was in the bootcamp, it'd be too much time.
I don't think we can
with
hang
you.
out. No, I don't think we can hang out if you're in the bootcamp. We could potentially, but it would be like...
There'd also be more of a scandal about
Yeah,
it.
that would be pretty scandalous.
Because he's the teacher.
Yeah, I'm one of the... We have a head teacher.
You're the mentor.
Ooh, I'm not. I'm technically not a
You're
mentor.
my mentor.
When did you guys meet?
Hi,
Hi.
it's good to meet you.
think a lot of what I'm learning personally, at least like right now, isn't so much about like dharma or realization that much anymore. It's how to live life and relate to people and be more professional.
And do the dishes. Why do you think I need to go through something really difficult?
Because that trains your capacity to endure, exert. That forces you to grow. That's pretty much what athletes do, right?
Why do you have to get a touchdown shirt?
Because it's sport team night.
Football night.
I don't know. But I'm like supposed to be a cheerleader.
That's the theme tonight? And she's getting all these accessories in order to fulfill that holographic look. Is shopping exertion?
To have growth in both physical and realization fitness, you have to accumulate a lot of stressors. Also, I think you're really young, so you might not have a lot of life experiences. It's almost like taking a full tour of samsara before you can see how that's inseparable from nirvana, and that exertion and surrendering also go hand in hand. Yeah, I love afflictions. To party in hell without suffering, that's heaven. Maybe find a job that's outside of your comfort zone. A lot of these like non-dual and non-doership view can make people complacent. Have you ever been to the gym or live in a city by yourself?
I do yoga, but I don't ever lift weights. And I have never lived alone, but I'm thinking about moving to my own apartment soon.
They can't do sexual assault in there.
If we only sell fantasy.
Club like that has a lot of bouncers, so
Right, 'cause
customers
it's a
know
high-end
to
one,
be
yeah.
customers know to be on their tippy toes. There's cameras in the room.
Wow.
And then after the conversation, he was like, that was too deep. It wasn't about like your body for me.
It doesn't matter how much money you're making, just look at it as like a 3-month stripper boot camp.
Yeah.
Just exertion for the sake of exertion. To have compassion, you must have power. Transform dark energy.
There's always more power to be harnessed in darkness than light. That's why the universe is mostly made up of dark matter.
Part of the training is swimming in through with us your afflictions to generate the escape velocity to continuously leap into the unknown.
If you're dancing on stage, they'll get like a big stack of $1 bills and then just throw it at you.
It's like a music video.
Then you have to just pick it up and put it in here.
Then, because it's high end, the people that work there wearing suits, they take a broom and they sweep it all up. They count it for me, put it in a pile, and then
They give it to you.
Because lots of times I'm like just trying to be nice, and it doesn't actually make you more.
Samsara doesn't give a fuck. To take out the afflictions and to purify the karmas of other sentient beings, it requires a lot of fitness. You have to be completely immovable to be effective. The more karmas that you take on and you eat, the more powerful you become and the more compassionate you are. And the more realization fitness you have. I just want like people who interact with me to feel good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the karma that I need to like flip and to really help them, because that's true compassion. When you let them feel what they need to feel, despite the fact that you might feel bad. Some of the feedbacks I get from the teams at CC is like extremely brutal. But to be brutally honest with me is what I need to hear in that context to grow. And that is also coming from love. There's a sense of beauty in brutality and brutality in beauty.
Sweet dreams that light up the eternal night with their suchness, resting in a ruthlessly starry mood.
She wrote it.
Yeah, this is my poetry book.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's very good.
Sign it, sign it.
Oh,
yeah, sign it, she signed it.
Mei Chen said I set a new benchmark today in terms of my ability to listen and to relate and to yoke into other people and give feedbacks rather than just expounding on the ultimate all the time. I think a big part of the reason is because of you and how we navigate and nurture this bardo together, because you say you wouldn't have done this without my emotional support. I feel like we're manifested this bardo together. We have to like traverse through it with like care and virtue, because everything has a cost. Because appearances have consequences. But then how do you iterate through it, right? How do you make the right maneuvers? That's part of my training, not just in the boot camp, but like with you.
Eat only healthy food. When you get home 4 o'clock in the morning, you don't want nothing sugary because then it's going to keep you up.
Also, a lot of your fantasy has come true, bro. And who knows, maybe 1 or 2 of these men will awaken through her transmission.
The first night, like when I was dancing on stage, I'm like, wow, I love this. This is really fun. But then tonight, I'm like, I don't want to dance. And then I just felt kind of bad that I have to dance.
Come on, you have to eat.
I feel like it was literally transmitting something. It was tiring.
It's okay. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, do something hard, like physically hard.
Like work out.
Yeah, like work out, yeah. Or get into a really toxic relationship where you just drive you completely like insane.
You think that's a good idea?
I don't mean that literally. I mean, to get into a relationship that challenges you to grow and evolve and deepen your realization.
Okay, so I have to work out, get in a terrible relationship.
What are you working on right now?
I'm working on like a music video. You know how like after every relationship ends, I make like a breakup mixtape? So I had this idea. What if you make a reverse breakup mixtape? To close that causal loop between, say, the beginning and the end, cause and effect, time doesn't just flow forward, but backwards and sideways, always simultaneity, right? So I'm editing a music video with one of my favorite songs called Wish Me Happy Birthday. It's about celebrating your birthday alone after a breakup. Me and this girl that I just met, we share the same birthday. The B-roll is footage from our first meetings, before the relationship even began. Everything arises only to pass away.
我知道伤心不能改变什么，那么让我诚实一点。城市难免有无法控制的宣泄，只要关上了门，不必理谁。一个人坐在空荡包厢里面，手机让它休息，难想切割切掉回忆的画面，时间原流不能失点。生日快乐，我对自己说，那就点了。快乐，泪也红了。我要谢谢你给的，你拿走的一切，爱你的一点恨，别让时间才能平衡，被梦伤害。祝我生日，生日快乐。一个人坐在空荡包厢里面，手机让它休息。那想切割切掉回忆的画面，眼泪不能流过，
I hope you had fun this week.
I hope you had fun this week.
Oh, I did.
That's a good.
You know, we should do it again sometime.
Yeah.